Today's video is for those of you who feel that maybe you've attended a bunch of coaching programs, you haven't had outrightly bad experiences, but you still think something is missing. Maybe you're struggling with content, maybe you're not getting the right leads, maybe you're getting the right leads, but you're having trouble signing them on. That's what I'm going to address today. I had a background of a decade and a half of heavy-duty marketing and sales, selling consumer products, pharmaceuticals, technology, security. And so what I see missing from coaching programs today, what they don't teach you, the missing piece, is that any program will only be as good as your ability to show up and execute and implement it. Now, hear me out. For those of you who are the executors and you're probably going, no, I did everything. No. That's not what I'm talking about. Fundamentally, marketing, sales, creating any product or service and selling it is a complex, sometimes simple, sometimes complex, matter of trial and error. Regardless of the guarantees you've been given, regardless of the mind-blowing, one-of-a-kind offers you've been told you'll make, and people are naturally, automatically going to buy from you, you want to use common sense. Like anything in life is trial and error. The first time you tried walking, you fell flat. A lot of people jump into the industry thinking that, I've got the best coach, I'm going to do everything, and it's going to be a smashing success. A couple of months later, you're like, what happened? Like, why am I not succeeding? I was told I'll do this, that, and the other. Reality is, it's a sequence of trial and error. You develop your offer, you develop your content, you try what works, you do more of what works, you stop doing what doesn't work. And now this is further exacerbated and complicated by overemphasis on mediums or vehicles. Like, TikTok's going to make you this, Instagram's growing, it's going to do that. I'm personally against that philosophy because it disempowers you and your ability to be a coach or a consultant and sell what's in here, and it empowers the platform instead. And so you put all your eggs in that, in a multiple, either you should divide them across 5 platforms and you don't have time for yourself, or you're like, I'm useless. If this platform makes me successful, I'll hang on for the ride. In reality, it's just the basics. Every single platform you can study, you can succeed on. But it doesn't matter what the vehicle is. It doesn't matter what the platform is. What matters is you, your authentic voice, your message, essentially your brand. And so most programs do not focus on brand. They don't focus on the fundamentals of trial and error because, let's face it, it's hard to tell somebody, look, we're going to try this. It might work, it might not work, and then we'll adapt. And the third thing, the most important thing, is your ability to show up. You can be, like I've seen this with people who work with me, and I call them out on it again and again and again. I can give you the best stuff in the world, but if you don't show up and you don't apply what I've told you to the level that you need to apply it, and your own demons show up, maybe you distract yourself. A lot of people have this problem of procrastinating. They call it procrastination, but essentially they themselves overthink and confuse themselves. Whereas half the time I'm like zooming my clients, I'm like, look at the bigger picture. It doesn't matter. Keep moving towards your North Star. Other demons show up. All sorts of stories that you've been telling yourself, or we all tell ourselves, and they hamper your ability to execute. If you have a low threshold for failure, you can try once, you can try twice, and then you're like, I'm done. This doesn't work. I'm not cut out for it. I'm going to fail this, that, and the other. And that's why if you are someone who's down and out on their luck, I guarantee you're going to succeed. Everybody else is going to fail. I have yet to see someone succeed in any industry, not just this one, in any industry, who's super comfortable, who has 1, 2, or 3 backup plans. When I'm working with people and they tell me, this is my last chance, I'm down on my luck, I'm like, dude or dudette, that is, you're bound to succeed because you're willing to go all in. There's something in the human physiology and neurochemistry that happens when you think you've hit rock bottom. There is something that changes in the way you show up, and then all the stories, all the demons, they go out the window. And people are like, this is it, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make this work. Because in reality, nothing's designed to work. You either make things work or you don't make them work. Depends on how hard you try. So if you're someone who's thinking that, you're missing a piece and something's not working, zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. Where are you going wrong? Have you been showing up to the level of your ability? Have you been perhaps discounting yourself where you should be going in all in? You've been holding back. You're afraid that people might find you too much. You might be too into something I was told 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I was told, you're too much. People find it. People can't handle you. You make people insecure. No, dude. That's the energy we have. Today, it is the exact same energy that helps my clients. You want to be too much in a world where people are trying to be, let me be nice, let me be polite. You want to be that person who's transparent, who means what he says and says what he means. You want to be the opposite of all the people who you think have scammed you and who you're afraid of being when you do your own thing, right? So I know today's video is kind of all over the place. It's a brain dump. If you think something is missing, go deeper. Look at the fundamentals and how many times you've applied it and how many times you've course corrected yourself. Look at your own demons. How many times have you sort of told yourself something whereas it's not true, or you procrastinated, or you wasted time, or you've just dipped your toe in and you haven't gone all in? And how many times have you lost track of the basics and you've over hyper fixated on a medium or a business model or something else to sort of stay in your safety and your comfort zone? I hope this video helps you. I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest.